Okay. I think I'm ready. I lied. I need to find some space for this.
It was late at night. You tossed and turned as thoughts began to play. How can this be life?
Hi guys, it's Desiree. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm sure by the title you know what we're doing. Alright, so before we get started, I'm sure the title of this video is confusing, like book ban for an entire year. Now, this could go one of two ways. It could go the entire year because I'm a bit of a slow reader, or it could just go half of the year. But needless to say, I'm not buying any more books. After I buy 3 books that I want to get, maybe, possibly, then I'm not buying any more books for the rest of the year until I finish all these books. So, I currently have on my bookshelf, hold on, let me see. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So I have 49 books in total on my physical TBR, like on my physical bookshelf back there. And some right here and some on top of that bookshelf. I have about 46 books. And I've been wanting to get through my physical TBR for the past 2 years. Like, it's just books that are sitting there that I get excited to read and I never touch. I just keep buying more. And honestly, it's a waste of my money to just keep buying books that I'm not going to read. So this year, my goal is to only read the books that I have before buying any books. And if that takes me the entire year, then it takes me the entire year. If it doesn't take me the entire year, it doesn't take me the entire year. But you guys are going to be with me probably throughout the entire ride. So I broke this video up into 3 parts, and I will put like chapters in this video for each part if you don't want to watch everything. So I have my Kindle Unlimited TBR, I have my audiobook TBR, and then I have my physical book TBR. So let's get into it. Before we get into like my Kindle and all those TBRs, I want to start off with what I'm currently reading and then books I want to buy. So I'm going to be posting up a lot of pictures. So I'm currently reading the Hunger Games series, which there will be a video for this whenever I finish the series, so be on the lookout for that. I am also planning on finishing the Natural series this year. There will also be a video for that. Currently on my Kindle right now is Sunny Disposition by Deanna, I think is how you say it, Deanna Gray. I am about 75% done with this book, so my plan is to finish it today or before December is over. And then also Rio by Kennedy Ryan, I'm 65% through that book, so my plan is to also finish that. And I'm filming a video for that book, which will also be up in January. So those are some videos you have forward to look to. The only one, I'm not doing a video for this, I'm just reading this on my own. So the 3 books that I want to buy before I absolutely am done buying until I read all my books is Legendborn by Tracy Dion. Isn't this how you say that last name? I've heard a lot about this series, a lot about this book, and I really want to buy the first book and try it and see if I like it, if I want to keep going. The second book, We Need New Names by No Violets Bulawayo. I read this book my sophomore year of college when we were doing Zoom classes and I was in an English class, and we read this towards like the end of the year. And at this point, I had been checked out, done with reading books. This was before I started getting into books personally, so I wasn't even reading at this point. And I remember reading this book, and this book for years would pop up in my head. I could not remember the name of it for the life of me. Like a month-ish ago, I finally went through every single one of my assignments in all my English classes that I've taken, and I found the name of this book. So I really want to buy this and reread it now that I'm more into reading, because I just remember that this book had such a big impact on me, and I want to reread it. Definitely think it's a beautiful story that a lot of people should read. Then the next book I want to read is based off of one of my all-time favorite movies, If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin. I love the movie. A lot of people say the book is even better, and I love the movie so much, why wouldn't I read the book? Alright, let's get into it. A lot of these might also fall into like my audiobook TBR because I have some of these on audiobooks, so I'll let you guys know. So starting off strong, Sunny Disposition. I'm not going to describe each and every book that's on this list because we will be here for even longer than we want to be, so I'm just going to name them off. Sunny Disposition, I will say though, this is a hockey and gamer romance. Really, really good so far. Honestly, I think I'm going to give this 5 stars. I really like this one. So, the next book by the same author is Outdrawn. This is, I'm pretty sure, academic rivals sapphic romance. Obviously, Hunger Games. I'm doing a video for it. With that also being said, Catching Fire and Mockingjay. I downloaded Catching Fire and Mockingjay on Audible before I ended my membership, so I still have those to listen to. So that's also going to be on my Audible TBR because I'm going to be doing both. And I also want to get The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, I want to do a separate video when I read that book. The next book, The Valkyrie's Daughter, the first book in that series by Tiana Walters. I started reading it, and then I was just in between so many books that I put it back on hold, but I want to pick it up and finish it because it's actually, like, good so far. I have Collide by Bal Kabah? I don't know. Then I have The Ballad of Fate. I don't know much about this book. I just know that it's fantasy romance, and I'm pretty sure there's a gay couple in it. You sold me. Queen and Conquer. I also found this on Kindle Unlimited when I was just browsing one night, and it looks really interesting, and I definitely want to give that one a try. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Adler. I had asked for it for like Christmas, and I didn't get it, but I think next time I go to the bookstore, I'm going to just buy it because I've been meaning to, and yeah, but it's also on Kindle Unlimited, so I will be reading it. Oh, these next 2 books, I have to do a video when I actually read them because I promised you guys videos ago. And that is Morphine and Adrenalina by Sam Lin. This is independent artist, independent author, small author. And I promised to do a video when I read both of these books. When I get to them, I will. Quarterback Scramble by M.L. Chambers. I don't remember much about this book. I think I saw a quote on like TikTok and I was like, oh, I'm gonna download that book, and I never ended up reading it. So yeah. Next book is Call It What You Want by Alyssa. I don't know how to say her last name. I remember when she was first starting this book and posted about it on TikTok, and I was following her, and I couldn't, I had saved the video to go back and look for it, couldn't find it. Then one day it randomly popped up on my social media, and I was like, I need to read this, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so exciting. The Holidates. I was supposed to read this for Christmas, and a video I just uploaded, and I never got around to it, so I want to save it towards Christmas time again next year and actually read it. And then lastly, this one gets released in January 22nd, I believe. Our Secret Moments. I don't know. I saw like the tiniest snippet of it on TikTok, and I was like, this looks interesting. I'm going to keep it in my folder to check it out. And I saw that it gets released next year. Now we're going to get into my audiobook TBR. So for my audiobook TBR, I'm using 2 forms of audio things. I had Audible. I've now canceled my subscription, but I did download, with the last bit of my credits that I had been like saving up, I downloaded a couple books, so I will be using those. But besides that, I deleted Audible because I have Spotify Premium, and Spotify Premium has audiobooks now, and they literally have like half the books that are on my physical TBR. So you may hear these names again. Okay, so let's go. Actually, the first 6 books I have the audio version and the physical book because I noted it. Alright, so we're just going to go down the list. 7 Days in June by Tiana Williams. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Adlerton. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, Queen Charlotte by Julia Quinn, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and I eventually want to read, I think it's like Circe is the second book. I'm going to probably have to buy that, but I definitely want to read that. And then I heard she's coming out with, I think she's doing Orpheus and Eurydice. I think she's doing that story. I definitely want to read those. And then Crying in H Mark by Michelle Zurin. I don't know how to say her last name. I'm really excited to read Crying in H Mark. My friend read it. I bought it so long ago and still have yet to read it. And there's the audiobook version, so I'm for sure going to read it. Okay, this one I'm not so sure about it. I saved it on my Spotify, but I go back and forth. But Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. A lot of people love this book. I've never read anything from Christina Lauren, and a lot of people love this book, and I kind of want to see what the hype is, so I think I might just do it. I also am debating about this one, The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I did DNF this book because it has, this is a spoiler. I did DNF Final Offer by Lauren Asher because, I'm sorry, but there is a cheating trope in it, and one thing about me is I hate bullies and I hate cheaters, and I could not finish reading it. But I might listen to the audiobook just to be done with the series because it's literally the last book that I needed to read. Then we have Astra Parker Doesn't Care. I'm actually listening to this one on audiobook, and I only have 6 hours left, so technically that's a current read. But yeah. Then the last book in that series, Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. Really excited. And then Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Before I got into reading, Monday's Not Coming was the first book that I ever saw. I think I saw like a quote of it on TikTok, and I was like, I need to read this book. Totally forgot about it and couldn't find it on Kindle Unlimited. Barely could find it in a bookstore. And then when I saw that Spotify audio has it, oh yeah, I'm reading it. I am reading it. So I'm excited for that. Alrighty, you guys. Now we're going to do my physical books. I'm sorry if you hear my dog barking. I don't know why she's barking. I think she heard my chair move. But I've been waiting to this video because I wanted Christmas to pass. Because I knew I was going to get books because I asked for books. So now that it's 2 days after Christmas, I can do this video. And I have the stack of books right here. Also, this, I haven't addressed it. I am sizing myself for an Oura ring, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go off the list of books that I was so graciously given. Starting with, hold on, I want to start from the 2 books that my cousin gave me that I honestly knew nothing about. Okay. So these are the 2 books that my cousin gave me. She says she's read them. There we go. She says she's read them and loved both of them. And I've honestly never heard of either of these. So I'm so excited for this. So starting off with this one by Tiffany D. Jackson, who also wrote Monday's Not Coming. This is Grown. I don't know what this is about. I tried to look in here. Okay, so wait, right here. I think this might be the description. When legendary R&B artist Corey Fields spots Enchanted Jones at an audition, her dreams of being a famous singer takes flight until Enchanted wakes up with blood on her hands and zero memory of the previous night. Who killed Corey Fields? So this is a murder mystery. From what it seems to me, I feel like Tiffany D. Jackson has a thing for mysteries. I really like that. Anyways, my cousin said this was a really good book. She loved it, so I'm excited to read this one. And then I have Every Last Word. So this one looks really interesting. It follows a girl, Samantha McAllister, and she has OCD, and nobody knows. Her friends don't know. It says Sam has purely obsessional OCD and is consumed by a stream of dark thoughts and worries that she can't turn off. So from what it seems is Samantha kind of lives the life. Here, let me see if I can. There we go. Samantha kind of lives a life where her friends are judgy and she's the popular girl. So she has all that high standards to live up to, but she's severely OCD. and she's struggling with it, and she meets a girl, Caroline. Caroline introduces her to this poet's corner, which is like a hidden like room where you meet people, but outside of it you kind of don't say anything type of thing. I don't know, it just looked really interesting. My cousin said it made her cry, so I will probably do a video where I read both of these books. Okay, so this book I've heard so many things about. Last night at the Telegraph Club, I feel like if you look up any book where you want to staff a couple, this is always suggested. All I know about it is that I'm pretty sure it's like, okay, here it says Lily Hugh can't remember exactly when the question took root, but the answer was clear the moment she and Kath Miller walked under the neon sign of a lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club. America in 1954 is not a safe place for two girls to fall in love. Red Sucker paranoia threatens everyone, including Chinese Americans like Lily. With deportation looming over her father, Lily and Catherine, I'm just going to call her Catherine, risk everything for love. That looks really good. And a lot of people say that book is really, really good. Oh my God, I wish y'all could have seen that. Okay, you guys, this book is not to be read. I've already read it, but I will be reading it. Wrecked by Lauren Asher. This is her Formula One series. And I will always have a special place in my heart for this book in particular, for this series, and for Lauren Asher, because she is the author that introduced me into Formula One. And if you know anything about me, I am obsessed with Formula One. And it's all started here. I was looking for books when I first got my Kindle on Kindle Unlimited, and everybody was like, this series. Read it. Did not know what Formula One was. Looked up Drive to Survive on Netflix. Crashed course. And reading these books were absolutely perfect. Now, I'm not going to lie. Reading books now and looking back on it, every single one of the other books in the series, I do not like. I do not like Throttle. I do not like Collided. And I do not like... Can't remember the name of the last book. But this is my favorite book in the entire world. This follows Elena and Jax. Jax is the only African-American racer in Formula One. And if you are up to date with Formula One, there is only one African-American racer. Lewis Hamilton. So honestly, if you envision Lewis Hamilton while you're reading this, it's perfect because that man is beautiful. But Jax could not be so far removed from Lewis Hamilton. Like, Lewis seems like the sweetest, cutest little puppy dog, and Jax is a flirty, like, cocky, arrogant asshole. But the story that this book tells, their love story is so beautiful. It talks about mental health. It talks about addiction. It talks about losing family. It talks about, I remember his mom is just like severely sick and like it's genetic and I think he can possibly have it. It talks about like fertility issues. This book was everything and more, and I cannot wait to reread it and annotate it because I will. Yeah. Okay. This one's, I just needed it to complete because I have Delilah Green Doesn't Care, Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, and Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. Both of these are on Spotify audiobooks if you want to read them. I don't know if Delilah Green is. I didn't look. But like I said, I am about 60-ish, or like I have 6 hours left into this book. So, yeah. But now I have Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, so I can, yeah. Guys, can you see that my brain power is losing it? These next couple books, I'm pretty sure are all nonfiction. I'm not sure about this one, but I was book hunting. I forgot exactly where, but I just remember I was in a local bookstore and I was going through the shelves. And normally when I go to this bookstore, I always go with like a book in mind. I'm tunnel visioning just the book that I need. I never give myself time to just browse and actually pick up books and read them and look at the covers and do that. And this particular day, I was just letting myself like look at books and pick them up and browse and read, and I was having a great time. And these were all books that I was like, I'm gonna eventually get these. So I asked for them for Christmas. So first book, Girl by Camille Lawrence. This I'm pretty sure is a memoir. I don't know if it's a memoir or not, but it's pretty much like, so it says born in 1959 in a middle-class family. Lauren, don't know how to say the last name, grows up with her sister in the northern city of Rouen. Her father is a doctor, her mother is a housewife. She understands that from an early age, by the way of language and her parents' examples, that a girl's place in life is inferior to a boy's. Masterful in her analysis of the subtle and obvious ways women are undermined by a sexist society, Camilla Lauren lays out her experience of the past 40 years in this powerful book. So that's what this is. This is just, it's going through all the subtle, like, sexism that women face in society doesn't sometimes realize it's putting on women. So that's what this book's about. And I'm really excited to read it. I don't think it's that long of a book. I don't know. It looks really interesting. This one is a memoir, okay? It says, Why Didn't You Tell Me? A memoir by Carmen Rita Wong. I was so interested when I heard her name because Carmen Rita Wong is a black and brown Latin woman. And she has an Asian father. So, pretty much, it talks about her figuring out her identity as a black and brown Latin woman while also being Asian. And her mom is sick, and after her mom dies, she learns out a big secret that her mom never told us. It says, when her mom passes away, Carmen wants to shake her soul by its shoulders and demand, why didn't you tell me? And we don't know what it is. We don't know what she didn't tell her. So that's why I'm so excited. What could she possibly have not told you that was so, like, what? That changed the trajectory of her life. You guys, I'm talking so much, and I haven't even gotten into my list. Anyways, the last physical book I got is Please Don't Sit on My Bed with Your Outside Clothes. And if you're black or minority, you don't even have the minority, you never sit on your bed with your outside clothes on. You never bring your shoes into your house. Okay? So, this is by Phoebe Robertson. I feel like I've read something from her, but I cannot remember. I feel like I might have for school. I cannot remember for the life of me. But it says, in her latest collection, Phoebe shares stories that will make you laugh, but also hit you in the heart and inspire a little bit of rage and maybe a lot of action. She reveals her perspective on performative allyship, white guilt, and what happens when white people take up space in cultural movements, explores what it's like to be a woman who doesn't want kids, living in a society where motherhood is the crowning achievement of a straight cis woman's life, and discusses how the dire state of mental health in America means that self-care usually requires disposable money. Okay, and these are all the physical books that I just recently got. All these books that I'm going to list off like rapid fire, because there's 40 of them, are all on my bookshelf back there. I think like a year ago, I might have done a video like this where I was like, all the books that are on my TBR. Yeah, all of these are still on there. So honestly, if you watch that video, you're probably good. You probably don't have to watch this one, but I think I got a couple more books. So we're just gonna rapid fire list them off because I'm sure this video is long enough. Okay. You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince by Timothy Jean. Okay, I don't know. Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Neig. I don't know. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Tila Herbert. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. The Maid by Nita Perose. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. The Catcher in the Rye, J.D. Salinger. I don't know. The Song of Achilles, Madeline Hiller. I'm Glad My Mother Died, Jeanette McCurdy. I've actually read this. I'm actually like halfway through it on audiobook. I just gotta finish it at some point. It's one of those books where like I don't read it, don't touch it for months, and then I eventually go back, read a little bit more, and then I don't touch it again for months. Besides the point. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. 7 Days in June by Tiana Williams. Heartstopper #1 by Alice Oseman. The Housemaiden by Margaret Atwood. The Testament by Margaret Atwood. The Three Mothers by Anna Malaki. Tubes? I'm probably butchering these names. Spare, Prince Henry. Sandy Hook, Elizabeth Williamson. People We Meet on Vacation, Emily Henry. Girl Interrupted by Susan Keeson. I also have to finish this book. I'm like halfway done with it. Picture of Dorian Gray, Oscar Wilde. Another one I have to finish. Bridgerton, The Viscountess Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. Pack Up the Moon, Kristen Higgins. 28 Summers, Ellen Hildebrand. The Hate You Give, Angie Thomas. Every Summer After, Carly Fortin. The Silent Patient, Alex Michaels. Dance of the Thieves, Mary E. Pearson. Blackbirds in the Sky, Brandy Colbert. What My Mother and I Don't Talk About, Michael or Michelle Philgate. Hood Feminism, Mika Kindle. Such a Fun Age, Kylie Reed. Crying in H Mark, Michelle Zurin. Perks of Being a Wallflower, Infamous, Lux, don't know how to say it. Book Thief, Marcus, that name. Room, Emma Donahue. All the Bright Places, I forgot to write the author. And Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. That is everything, you guys. That is everything on my TBRs, on my Kindle TBR, my audiobook, and my physicals. That is everything that I want to read this year, and I plan on doing a lot of videos with a lot of these books, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, my goal this year, I set a goal this year. I'm gonna stick my Goodreads goal back to just 6 books because I like getting to put a small number and then seeing like where I get by the end of the year. But my goal is to read more LGBTQ plus books and authors and push forward a lot of books by minorities with minority characters and minority stories. I want to try to post at least one reading vlog a month. If I do at least one a month, I think I'll be very happy. It's so hard to read books for YouTube and upload videos and still live my life because I'm not one of those people that can read 20 books a month. I'll be lucky if I even read 20 books this entire year. I'm a slow reader. And that's what, like, welcome to the slow reader side of things. I'm a slow reader. Sometimes I will read one book. Sometimes I'll read no books. I just fluctuate in my reading. And it sucks because I want to post more videos of, like, my reading and getting to talk to you guys about books that I read. But it's hard to do that when I'm not that fast of a reader. But, yeah. I'm just excited to post more reading vlogs, to get through my TBR. Like, all those books that I've listed off are so interesting to me, and I bought them for a reason, and I want to read these books instead of just letting them sit back there, collect dust, because they have been collecting dust for, I'm sure, like a year to 2 years now. And my goal is to at least read all of these so that by the end of 2024, when I'm filming this video of what I read, I can say that I've read more than half of this stack. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go. This is gonna be my last video of 2023. I want to try to post this, the day before the 1st of 2024. I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas. I hope you guys have an amazing New Year. I hope the New Year is everything you guys want and more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.